I have a question for everyone, especially the government. Not that you're going to see this, but it's sometimes to just get things off your chest. Wondering when the hell this fucking economic crisis is going to end because it's getting absolutely ridiculous. I have to move because I can no longer afford my rent, but I also have no savings because of how things have been lately to help me move. So what the hell am I supposed to do? My beautiful daughter is old enough to make her own decisions. And I know this decision had nothing to do with me, but she decided that she wanted to go live with her dad for a little while. And that hurts enough. But on the other side of it, her dad is also not going to pay child support when that child is at his house, which makes total sense. But that also puts me in a financial deficit because I'm missing that money now. That I'm sorry I had to rely on to help me. I'm not saying this to gain sympathy or anything like that. I'm saying it to just, a lot of people are in my position at this moment where they're being forced to make decisions they thought they would never have to make. There's a lot of crime in my area because of this. There's break-ins, there's people being left homeless and turning to drugs to just help erase what is happening. And there's just a lot of crime, there's a lot of theft, there's obviously lots of things, break-ins for cars just to steal what change you might have left in your console or your cup holder or anything like that. And it's sad and it breaks my heart. But this is where we are. Nobody can afford to live. I have $3 in my bank account right now. I have never felt the pressure so much in my entire life, and my rent isn't fully paid. It's almost the end of the month. I have to move, and I don't have the money to move, but I also don't have the money to stay where I am. The upside of my daughter living at her dad's right now is because I don't have the money to feed her. I am very fortunate that my partner he manages a restaurant, so I can go to his and he feeds me. Otherwise, I don't eat very much either because groceries are too fucking expensive. This is humiliating. But this is where I am, and then I get to come to my job and put on a fucking happy face and pretend like nothing is wrong just to help these people that yell at me. Because they're feeling it too. I like my job. Customer service is hard, but I still like my job and I work for the most amazing people. But unfortunately, they're also feeling the pinch and they're not paying me what it takes to survive in today's economy, and it's not their fault. Things just have to change.
I am so tired of feeling helpless as a parent. Yes, my kids are grown adults. My oldest is 28, my youngest is 25. And I thought by teaching them what I learned, which is you work hard, you get a good job, you're going to get the things in life that you need, right? Worked for me. Why wouldn't it work for them? Because it doesn't. Because the world has fucking changed, all right? And now I feel like I see them struggling. And before my generation comes at me, yes, I understand struggling is a part of life. We all struggled. But there's a difference between struggling and drowning, all right? So we struggled and it was tough. But you know what? We made it. We knew there was a light at the end of the tunnel with our struggle. It seems like kids today, no matter how much they struggle, they just get further and further down the water into the drowning point, all right? When I was their age, I was making less than $10 an hour, and I could afford to live on my own. Now you have to be making six-figure salary to get a decent, tiny little place to live. So what the fuck is going on, and how do we help them as parents? I told my son, all you have to do is work hard, go to college, or join the military like I did. He went to college, got his degree, got a full-time job. He moved back in with me right when he graduated from college because he said, hey, Mom, as soon as I get a job, which was within 2 weeks of him getting out of college, maybe take me 2 months and I'll save up enough money for me to move out. Okay, cool. It's been 10 months. He has saved almost every dime and still can't afford to live. Why are one-bedroom studio apartments almost $2,000 a month? Why? Like, I just don't get it. So I don't even think that there's even classes anymore. There used to be, upper class, middle class, lower class. It's literally turning into the ultra wealthy, and then everybody else is just poor. Like, that's what is happening. And then I told him, hey, when you turn 25, at least your car insurance will go down. Hell no, he turned 25 and his car insurance went up $150. I tell him, if you need health insurance, get a good job. He has health insurance. He has had a medical emergency this week. Had to go to emergency room twice. He had to go to the emergency room because he couldn't get anybody to see him with the health insurance that he had. Right? So he had to go to an emergency room. Now he's out money for that too. It seems like you can never get ahead. And then my daughter, I told her all you have to do because she wanted to buy her own house. My daughter worked 6 days a week, 12 hours a day to save up enough for this down payment. Finally got this house. She's paying double what I'm paying for my mortgage, but her loan was the same amount. And then her mortgage company, after she's already moved in, said, oh, by the way, we forgot to tell you that you need this type of coverage, which we forgot at the beginning. That's an extra $200 you've been paying a month. And all they see when they come home is they watch social media, kids their age, on lavish vacations with all this money and nothing to do, all these social media influencers, because we value those types of things over hard workers. We will pay them $10,000, but you work 40 hours a week, you can't afford it.
When are things going to go back to where you can work and support your family without fucking stressing out? Seriously. My bills alone are $3,000 a month. I'm a single mom who receives fucking like $300 a month in child support for 2 kids. I can't do this anymore. I work every single day. I get maybe a day off. Sometimes, if I'm lucky, I'll get 2 fucking days off. I'm sick of it. I'm so sick of this. And I fucking forgot to pay my daughter's braces. And now I have to bring her in for them to remove them because I can't afford to pay it all off at once. I am so sick of this country. I'm so sick of how expensive everything fucking is. Something needs to happen. Where I live, rent is insane. A 2-bedroom is fucking $2,000. I can't go to the grocery store and get a week's worth of fucking groceries without spending $300, $400. Gas alone. Almost $4 a gallon. I have to drive all over my town for my job because I clean houses. And I'm so sick of it. Something needs to be done. Something. These prices are insane. It's ridiculous. Nobody can fucking survive like this, especially if you're alone, you're single. You can't. Like, do I have to get a fucking roommate and rent out my son's room and move him in my room? Like, this country, it sucks. It sucks. I'm sick of it. And I'm tired. God, and I'm pissed. It's fucking venting.
So I just sat down, made myself a bowl of cereal, and now it's getting soggy because I have this thought in my head. I went on a tangent and I just have to get it out. I turned 35 in April and I'm fairly positive I had a mini midlife crisis. And here we are about 4 months later and I'm feeling that same feeling creep back up. I'm tired and I want to retire. Working the way we work for as many hours as we work was fine and dandy when it was able to provide the American dream. You know, the house, the car, family trips every year, Disney, all of that. We could sit back and say it was worth giving up my time because look at what I have and what we can do. Now, even on 2 salaries, it's nearly impossible. So what's the point?